Hello everyone, welcome to another Elliot Wave concept. It's the voice of Wayne Michaels, aka the Elliot Wave King, and in today I just want to quickly share with you those technical levels which you should be looking out for in order to be able to take some positions of your trade or any currency pair. So for this one here, I'm going to be taking a look at this major currency pairs which we have here. So I'm going to be looking across all the space which I've just outlined here: USDCHF, USDJPY, EURUSD, GBPUSD, USDCAD, NZDUSD, AUDUSD, gold, USD Mexican peso, and I'm going to be looking at USDZAR with you guys. Okay, so there are various reasons why I don't want to go over to minor pairs, because I'm going to have to lengthy this presentation, so I don't want to make it that lengthy. Okay, so first I just want to quickly welcome you to the channel. If you're new to this channel, I recommend that you please subscribe to this channel, and also you turn on the notification bell on this channel so you'll be getting all the informations whenever I post content such as this one. Okay, so I just want to thank you for doing so, and if you subscribe, kudos to you. You're a winner, because you're going to learn the Elliot Wave concept also here, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff here. Okay, so let me just quickly start with USDCHF. Okay, so this was one of the patterns which I worked out for quite a long time, and over the period, certain things have also changed over the period. Some structures have also developed, and also we've also adjusted our trading plan and based on the changes that have developed. But over the last few months, you can as well understand that I was working out a trading plan to get up to this point here, because what I did was I knew that we had a three-wave move to the upside, and we had some sort of contracting, triangle here, or wedge patterns, and so on, and then we had an impulse corrective wave from so, and then the next impulse should also test this zone. Okay, so one of the things which I'm pointing out to you guys is that we have a possible hit of this environment here, and it's not the real best time to look for trades in this kind of market anymore. Okay, possibly for those of you that want to still do a little bit of scalping. Okay, so a little bit of scalpers could also wait for some test of some environments. Okay, first I want to point out that this environment right here is very much important. If you just go ahead, put up some I don't want to put up line here, I just want to just quickly put up a hey tool. Okay, so around 0.9362 could also be some buying territories there for price. Okay, so if price would hit that territory, create some sort of reaction or rejection some sort, then you can actually look to long back into this point. It's a whole lot of gambling game trading from this point on, because I think whoever got into a trade here would have been able to get out of that position here in a very huge profit of 267 pips. That was also wonderful. Okay, so possibly I did take my very first target here, because this was one of the areas that mostly concerned me a lot. So I took profit at 195, 94 thereabout, and that was the area that concerned me the most. Okay, so looking at this one here, I wouldn't recommend any trade as to now, okay, or what is going on here. However, this whole structure looks overall bullish. Okay, but we can as well expect maybe, just maybe, in the future we could also have some corrective waves maybe just coming in here. If some corrective wave would just come in right in here, I think that would be the best time to look for the next big move again to the upside, because I expect one of the things I'm expecting to see on a longer term is I'm expecting to see that price will break the extreme and then create a new high of the C leg. Okay, so if this is going to be a corrective wave, then we can expect that this could also be an A, maybe a B right here, a bigger B, then maybe just C up right here. So it could also create some sort of ABC structure, maybe a zigzag or a flat. Okay, assume you want to label it, because I'm not going to be labeled this flat. If you guys know that my rules and guidelines for flat structures is actually different from what we could as well see on the internet, because I look at the flat structure that any structure that could also go down into the territories of, or price territories which created the A leg. Okay, so this I was expecting, if I did have some sort of pullback into maybe this territory, then I would have started working on a possible flat for this one here. But I think this is a zigzag. Okay, so it's a whole lot of complicated structure that when you guys look at set up this one using the Elliot Wave concept, you guys want to get all the textbook price movements. Okay, I don't go down to counting these waves for you guys. There are reasons why I don't really count the wave, because they could be very confusing, and they could also give you a very wrong signal when you go counting those internal waves. Okay, so possibly a zigzag could also be a three Ethereum maybe 335, okay, and it could also be a 535 formation. So it's all fits for a zigzag, whatever it is. But for this one here, I think I'm gonna have to expect some sort of high structure maybe inside of this territory. But I just go ahead zooming back in this in this setup right here, okay. So possibly I think that this is complete for either a WXY. So you're looking at this as a WXY, but possibly this is complete, and you're looking at this as maybe an ABC. This could also be complete, unless you're probably looking at this as a one wave 2. Then you can be looking at more upside, because wave 3 should not be the shortest wave, and it should also be the longest wave in most cases, and we can as well expect some much impulse wave to come to the upside. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work out a bullish plan only for this one here. So I'm not going to be working out the bearish one until we break above structure trading high as well as 0.48, 0.5. Then I'm going to start looking for some structures based on the Elliot wave concept, okay, for some bearish opportunities. Okay, so overall we've been here for quite a while, and it's best to continue looking for bullish opportunities, because that's the only direction for the market at the moment. So looking for bullish opportunities. You're going to have to enclose this for now, and then wait for some sort of structures. Okay, some sort of structures here back in this territory could also mean validation for another bullish move to the upside. Okay, looking at also USDJPY, we've worked out a trade plan right from a long time, looking at taking out 118,200. So it's been a very long trade plan. Okay, it's been a very long trade plan, and one we've also worked out over a long period. Okay, over a long period. We're looking at this one here. I'm just going to go ahead, adjust my chart a little bit, and then work out with you guys one more time what's going on. Okay, what's going on here, guys? I think we've really hit the extreme here. Okay, we've really hit the extreme here, and where next price is going to move to is going to be complicated. But I think it's best to only look for bearish opportunities starting from this extreme right here, or some sort of pullback. Okay, I think price have completed all this pattern here which I was looking for and looking out for. So it's not the best time to start challenges, right? Because price have completed the pattern. We can as well see that price could complete maybe an ABC, and price could also shallow a little bit and then continue in maybe some sort of abnormal C, more of C over extremes. Okay, so C could also extend as far as 2.0. 2618 is also possible. The market can actually do anything. I said this to you guys day in, day out. The market can actually do anything it wants to do. Okay, so when you're putting up your rules and guidelines, it also helps you that if market would go beyond these territories, these are territories you don't want to venture into. These are territories you don't want to be taking decisions. These are territories you don't want to call trades. So that's what I do basically. So when price for C leg goes beyond 2.0, 2618 territories there, or exceeding 161.8 into far well territories, I don't just go analyzing them. I just wait for some sort of reversal structures upside, and then I hop into the position. Okay, so many of the times I pointed to you guys that it is better to hop on a trade that I've confirmed, okay, its new direction, that rather than just predicting its reversal. Okay, just hopping in because you expect the reversal to happen around this point, then you put up a sell. Okay, it's wrong. Okay, so you want to be seeing complete reversals and then you hop on to the trade. Okay, all right, let's just dive into another one here. So we do have real clean trade. Also on the 1 hourly time frame, it's a great possibility that price could also continue maybe shallowing down some sort right from this high here. So it's still a possibility. So I'm going to be not looking for bullish opportunities anymore from this point. I'm looking for bearish ones, and it could also be a possibility. So I'm going to just extend my C leg up there. Okay, so looking at EURUSD, it's quite a complicated structure right here we're having at the moment for EURUSD, and I just want to quickly share with you that we have a very strong environment right here. So I'm going to put this environment right here. There are certain reasons why I want to put this environment right here, because I think what we're working on for EURUSD is a possibility that we could be working out a triangle inside of here. And if you're working out a triangle inside of here because price did not create a new high, you're working a triangle here, so it could either mean that price could also be on its way into A, B, C completion, maybe some sort of pullback, then the continuation to the upside, or price could also slide from this point on, then continue to downside. It's all a possibility, but I also recommend that the best time you can start looking for trades is when you find a setup. Okay, when you find a setup is the best time to look for bullish or buying positions. Okay, so let's just take a look at, do we have a possible structure that we could work on? That's the very big question which I always recommend that traders should ask themselves and then answer for themselves before they hop onto a trade. Let me just quickly share with you what I think, and without those cool labelings, I just want to point out to you that we have just maybe an N of a structure here that we could be having, maybe an A, that I do not know for sure until price confirms that move here. We have some sort of triangle here, so this could also be our ABC of the internal wave. So I can point this out as my bigger A of this small internal structure here, and we could be having a pullback of B. Maybe we could be working out a C right here. So it's all a possibility that price could just slide to the downside. Then we could be working out maybe an A, B, C structure. So it's all a possibility. I'm just pointing this out to you guys because I want you guys to have an idea of what the market could actually do for real. Okay, what the market could actually do, and when the market does that, you know how to position yourself. Okay, you know how to position yourself. That I know that for sure that whenever market hits this zone, breaks to the upside here, I'm gonna have to look for another kind of setup. Okay, but for now I'm gonna have to wait that once market would break back this zone in such a hurry, and I have a daily close, then tomorrow on Friday I'm gonna start working out a bearish structure or bearish kind of formation. Okay, we'll have to work the bearish kind of formation because overall I'm still looking at this one on a longer term to continue downward. Okay, so we had some sort of flat structure there. Okay, let me just go point that out. We had some sort of flat structure there, and that also broke nicely. So if I just put up here, put this down here, and I put this there, so we had some sort of structure that created, and then price dropped to downside. It's a whole complex structure, so I don't oftentimes recommend counting the waves up to perfection, okay, before you hop in on the trade. Okay, so many of the times I've been in a market where my wave counts are not too good, then I still make profit. But many of the times that could also be the reverse. Okay, so you can actually have a complete wave count, good wave count, 1 2 3 4 5 A B C D and A B C D E, then you could be expecting next move to move to the upside, and then price just continue downside. So it's all a possibility. Market is what it is. Okay, so let's just look at also GBPUSD. Today we have a Bank of England Fed rate coming in, so I don't know what to expect from that kind of move right there, but what I'm going to share with you guys is I'm going to be sharing with you technical analysis only. Okay, so I'm going to break it into technical analysis only, and just only technical analysis. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen in the market. I don't know what fundamentals are in place. I don't know what the news is saying. I don't know what the Feds are going to be saying next. I don't know what Bank of England is going to be doing. So, but one thing I do know is, when I see a structure, I know one when I see them. Okay, so when I see an Elliot wave concept structure, I know them. Definitely, I will point out to you that we are overall very much bearish on this structure. One of the things which I'm looking at here is, I point out to you many times that whenever you have a triangle, it means that either we could be working out a wave B, wave X, or a wave B, with X, or a wave 4 of a sequence. Okay, so that's what it means. Looking at this one here, with your help, you can as well pause this video for some time and then look at this chart one more time, and then you can also make sense of your own. But what is what I can identify first? First, I can identify that we have reached a very high extreme here, and using my Fibonacci tool, first I just want to point out to you that this is not going to be a flat pattern. Okay, so we've gone below overextended here for my chart, and which is 161.8. So I'm just going to first take this out first. So I've done the very first scenario for you guys, and also remember that when I was working out this trade plan, I pointed out to you that 38.2 is also a very big area. So I pointed out first to you guys about this area for a long time, that 38.2, and that was why we hit this zone at first. Okay, so I've pointed out 2 scenarios for you guys. I'm so also going to share with you another scenario for you guys. Okay, so one of the things I would also identify here is that we've completed maybe an A here initially. That was my initial trade plan. So I'm going to take this off first. I'm going to work out that I have a triangle here, and I'm going to work out that I have a possible ABC, or maybe a WXY that created an A pullback here that created an ABC. So this is now A, B, then I'm working out a C to downside. So I'm still expecting some more drops to come in from this one. Okay, so whatever happens here is actually my pullback for the bigger move to also continue to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm gonna be working out for. Okay, so it's all what I'm gonna wait to do. I'm gonna wait for this pullback, if this is pullback here, to complete, and once this completes, then I'm gonna be looking for some selling opportunities. So I'm gonna let this run. Okay, I'm gonna let this move to the upside on its own free will. Then I'm gonna look for opportunities to short. Then my stop loss is gonna be somewhere above here, maybe somewhere inside of here, if we will find liquidity, and I'm gonna have to watch out for price action somewhere around this point here. Then I'm gonna look for some short opportunities. However, price could just react inside of this previous structure one more time, because it did react before, it could also react again. So possibly that's the best time to look for sell opportunities, but until we have a reaction. Okay. All right, so looking at this one here, I think I've been able to break down this for you guys, and it's a whole lot of complex structure here we have here, but on the longer term, I just want to see a review this one more time, how the whole general market will also fare with this one here. Okay, so we'll just work it out. Okay, so I want to look at the USDCAD with you guys. Okay, so what I think about USDCAD. First of all, I pointed out that there is a very great possibility for an upside movement than a downside from where we are right now. There are various reasons why I want to look at this way. Okay, so one of the reasons why I look at this way is I see a possible start of a structure. So I will point this as my leading diagonal, because I have a motive wave of the A, B, C, D, and then E. So this is definitely a motive wave. I pointed out to you that motive waves or wave are categorized into motive waves and corrective wave. Corrective wave are actually flat structures, zigzag, triangles. Okay, those are mostly corrective wave. But we have motive wave to be 5-wave move, which are impulsive wave. We can also have it to be maybe an ending diagonal or leading diagonal. So those are mostly impulsive waves. Okay, so we worked out this, and then we have the motive wave here, which it could be a wave one. We decided to have a pullback, which I pointed out as my A, my B right here, my C right here. So if we did point out a D and E, or maybe an end of a structure right here, and then start of wave one, maybe wave two, then we could be working out possibility that they will go working out some sort of high structures here. So I'm looking at a possibility that I could be testing this structure and also beyond. Okay, it's all a possibility that I could be testing this structure and beyond, but possibly when price starts going below structures such as this one here, then I'm going to be looking at this as a full reversal. There are various reasons why I'm going to look at this as a full reversal. Is I know a lot of people could also as well start working this as maybe an A, B, or maybe a C. Then we could look at next move. Okay, so some sort of stuff like that. Okay, if this happens, I think this will change the whole face of what this would look like in the future. Okay, it will change the whole face of what this would look like for a triangle in the future. Okay, so that's what I think. Okay, so I'm going down with that idea. I'm going to go down to a much lower time frame. Possibly I'm going to start with the 4-hourly time frame, because this looks also much easier for me to work out and explain to you what I think is happening here. We have what would also be WXY, which I pointed out to you guys before, and then this was also one of the trades we took from this zone right here. Okay, I also took this trade from these territories back into this one right here. So I did take some positions of this one, but for now, what I'm going to point out to you is that you could as well start looking for some buying opportunities, because we've walked out back into this territory here. I would really love the idea of putting my stop loss in below here and looking at a target somewhere around here, and then just wait, okay, for the market to do whatever it wants to do. I don't know what the market wants to do. I don't know the true intentions of the market, but what I do know is that when I see a setup, I work towards taking full advantage of that setup. Okay, I take full advantage of that setup because I just walk into the trade and then put up my stop loss where it's necessary, and then put up my target where it's necessary. I don't just go putting up additional emotional feeling into it. Okay, all right, so looking at also NZDUSD, this was also why one of the reasons why I pointed out to you guys that I want to long this after or long this post FOMC. So we had a very strong move to the upside. So this completed here for this kind of elevated structure here, I think we need to work out a corrective wave, and then we started working out to the upside. Okay, so what I'm going to point out to you guys is that from this point here, if you didn't get into the trade somewhere around here, then getting into a trade for a long from this point could also be termed as gambling, because definitely I would expect that market would also correct some sort, maybe inside of this territory for some time before then the next push to the upside could also come. Have you not seen that in the market over and over again, that price could also move up like this and then stay in this environment for some time, all right, slow, before then the break to the upside? I've seen this multiple times in the market, and the market can actually do anything. So it's best to hop into a position or a trade where you have the highest possibility of success. Okay, apart from that, you need to get into a trade where the success, your success result is going to be higher than your loss result should it come. So possibly 1 to 3 risk to reward trade, and that's where I want to just get into a trade at always and always. Okay, so just possibly in this environment back into the zone here, we could look at risk of 53 pips, look at a B leg of 146 pips. So that's cool, that's phenomenal. Okay, so that's what I want to just wait and do. Okay, also similar to AUDUSD, this is also a similar one here, and we've also had it that price have so far corrected, crediting everything which we did point out to, and also started this back at the channel which I shared with all my students here, that AUDUSD, this was also dated far back 4th of March, and I wanted to start looking for some short opportunities. This was my stop loss here, and I looked at my target here. So let's look at 0.7215. So that was our target, 0.7215 and 0.7215. So the objective was hit, and it was also a profitable trade. So we took some positions from this territory back 7215. Okay, so this was 157 pips, and it was also a nice position to take. So possibly I want to just wait for some consolidation around this environment, and only then will I look for the next bullish opportunities to the upside. Okay, so let me just share with you quickly gold, and let me share with you what I think for gold. I think gold overall is bullish. So for possibly if gold would want to correct as some sort of flat pattern, which I'm also working out this as a possibility. Gold, I've also started doing an A. Okay, okay, so I just put that in wrong. Gold have dropped down to create an A right here, so this is done. So possibly gold did create a B with this triangle right here, some sort of structure such as 1B right here. So gold did test almost previous high, so I can start working out a possibility for a flat structure to develop right from that point there. Looking at this one, I think gold should be back into territory such as this one here before, if price would then continue upside, or rather price will just trade as a complete flat structure, then complete to the upside. So that's what I'm going to be working on for gold. It's all a possibility that gold could do any of the following. Okay, so gold could also create an extreme here, also a low right here, some sort of structures right here. So it's all a possibility. I'm going to be looking for bearish opportunities for gold until that plays out completely. Okay, until that plays out completely. So gold, I'm going to be looking for bearish opportunities for gold. One of the things that also made gold be in a hurry to the upside, apart from the fact that we had war coming in, but we also had inflation numbers going up massively. So with that, you can as well expect that everyone will be looking for safe haven assets or way to put their money so they could have guarantee of it don't have been affected by inflation. Okay, so gold is actually the best fit. Okay, so everyone choose gold over investors choose gold. So it's all a possibility that we could continue seeing gold downside. Okay, for more correction to complete. I think gold is also going down. Okay, so let's look at also USD Mexican peso. What's going on with USD Mexican peso? For some time now, over in the start of the week, I was working out this correction here, and a break to downside was also nice. Let me just go. Let me just stay here on a daily time frame. If you look at this chart, as an Elliotician and as a trader, what sense can you make of this? Okay. What I can make up of this, as I did project that this could also be A, B, C. It's all a possibility, but looking at the composition of the C and the way it looks in a curve, there's so much strength in the C than the strength in the A. Okay, I can't just explain this in this video here right now because but I will have to make another video to explain this. Okay, so this S curve, okay, is an S curve, Okay, the next curve kind of structure, but it relates to Elliott wave. So I learned different skills along the way to success. So I learned different skills. Okay, so I'm just going to point out to you first that we have a possible end. So this structure here could have ended here. So this ended here. Why I believe that this ended here, if I just go over to use my Fibonacci tool right here, you would see. First, remember guys, whenever we test the overextended for a flat structure, I don't count it as a flat structure anymore. Okay, I could look at some other different structure, maybe some sort of structure such as this one, but I don't look at this as a flat. So it's not a valid flat. Okay, look at this as price moves that have gone beyond the power or the territories where bears could also have been able to take advantage. Okay, I look at this as the start of a new wave. Okay, so possibly this could also be price working out a corrective wave to the downside, and once that is complete, we might also start seeing some bullish opportunities to the upside. So I'm just going to have to wait for that to complete, and on a weekly time frame you can as well see we had a pin bar. Okay, we had a bearish confirmation, so I'm going to wait for this to complete. Whenever I have a bullish entrance or a bullish weekly close, that's the only time I'm going to be looking for bullish opportunities. So overall, we are bearish for on a shorter term, and I'm going to have to wait and stay off the market until that completes. When that completes, then I'm going to look for bullish opportunities. Okay, so let's look at also USDZAR. USDZAR overall, I'm bearish on USDZAR. One of the things why I'm bearish on USDZAR is because I have a possible contracting structure here, and I have a possible breakout. So here, cool, here, cool, here, cool. I think USDZAR should also continue to downside. Overall, we had an ABC structure. So what I'm looking for is a possible B corrective wave. Okay, so I looked at that, and if I just go over to one time frame higher, you're gonna see the difference. Okay, you're gonna see a little bit of difference here, and those differences you're gonna be seeing here is when I put up this line like I just did right now. I point out to you that however you label your chart is gonna make you see the chart differently. So there's some things you put on a chart, and it helps your eyes, it helps you as a person to see your chart differently. Okay, so I think whatever is happening here could also be price working out some sort of bigger structure. So if I just take out this one right here, I take out this one right here, I just want to take out some lines. So I want you guys to see more clearly, and if I just go ahead put up this line right here, and just go ahead put up this line right here, do you think that the market is actually contracting? All right, I have a reason to believe that the market is actually contracting because I have a 5-wave move, 3-wave move, and I also have a structure that I've also broken out of a structure. So I think price is indeed contracting. And once the contraction is done, we can as well expect that bullish momentum can as well still come into the market, and then we could be having some more uprises looking at into the market. So what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at a possible completion pattern. I'm looking at price to still continue downside a little bit because of this one here. So I'm going to be working on my A, B, then C, all right, on the longer term. Then I'm going to be expecting a breakout to the upside. Okay, so that's what I think for you guys. And if you like this presentation, please subscribe to this channel and also drop a like on this video, and also drop in the comment section which pay or which currency pay you want to see in my analysis next, and also what you want me to teach you using the Elliott wave concept, and how I could also be of help to you to understand and also master the Elliott wave concept. See you next time. I love you all.